Hello, welcome back to episode 4 of the Mommy Issues podcast. Today we're talking about the screen time issue, the good, the bad, and the desperate mom in pajamas handing over the iPad just to get a sip of her coffee.
I'm Brittany.
And I'm Sadie.
So how was your week?
Oh my gosh, it was actually so good. I worked the Incarceration Music Festival.
Oh, yeah.
It was so much fun. I am an emo girl at heart. I don't look like it on the outside, but you'll catch me screaming along in the car. And I really wanted to go to this festival, but I didn't want to pay for it. And I got to work it, made money, went for free, saw my favorite bands live, died in the hot sun.
It was so hot this weekend and
It
muggy.
was so
It
hot.
was disgusting.
It was so muddy.
It was muddy
too.
Yeah, it was gross.
My car almost got stuck in the mud.
Oh, no.
Yeah. There was 30 accidents on the highway, literally 30. The festival posted something about it. 30 accidents on the way to the festival on the highway since it was raining. So I was late my first day, but it was fine. They got it.
Oh.
It was just the best experience. If you've never been to the Incarceration Music Festival and you like tattoos and heavy metal music and ghosts, they have it all. They have it all. It's great.
Do they tattoo there?
Yeah, they tattoo inside of the
Really?
Haunted Reformatory.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's fun. I want to go.
Yeah, we should go next year.
We should go.
Please. How was your weekend?
Busy as fuck. Saturday. What did I do Saturday? Oh, the baby was teething, like really bad. She was such a
Really?
crank. Yeah. I was supposed to go to a birthday party and I had to miss it. Because she was just like inconsolable. She took a nap and then she was a little better, so we ended up going swimming and that was fun.
I'm glad she's getting teeth.
Yeah. No, she has one.
She has a tooth.
She has one tooth.
Oh my God.
It is a little more than halfway.
I feel like we need to throw a party.
No, I know. So yeah, she's getting a tooth, but she was teething really bad. And then Sunday I was busy. I was shooting all day from 8:30. I left at 8:30 and I got home at like 6 or something like
Oh
that.
my God. That's a long day.
Yeah. So, but it was good. And I was supposed to have a shoot with some guy that I used to talk to. He's just a little creep. And
A little creature.
he was, but like he ended up canceling. He wanted to reschedule. I'm like, oh, hell yeah. So it worked out in my favor. I got to come home and work a little bit. And yeah.
I love when things work out like that.
Yeah, it was great. I was like secretly hoping that something would happen like that.
I was meant to. He
So
probably didn't want the pictures in
I
the
was
first place.
very happy. Yeah, no, it wasn't adding up. And if you follow me on TikTok, I did make a video about it a while ago when he booked. You should find it.
You
'cause-
also might find him on Facebook.
yeah. You should look at the video because it's actually it's an interesting story. But anyway,
Today we're going to cover the science behind screens, the stress behind the choices, and why it's okay not to be a screen-free saint.
I love my screen.
I swore up and down that I was going to be a screen-free mom. When I was pregnant, I had a completely different idea of myself as a mother than the mother I actually turned into. I swore up and down no screens, no flashing toys, no lights, nothing overstimulating. And then I think she was maybe 3 months old. And I started drinking the fucking screen. Because you need a break sometimes. I commend all the mothers who don't use screens. You're doing a great job. You're doing an awesome thing. But I can't be you. And I wish I could. But I can't. My mental health can't take it.
No, I totally agree. I also cannot. And I think that also if you have multiple kids, then yeah, it's hard. And I personally use the TV a lot. And I wouldn't necessarily say it's as a babysitter. It's just more so something that is on in the background.
Yeah.
So like my kids play and like I can talk to them while they watch TV and they're not like locked into the screen or anything. And they do watch like educational shows as well.
Yeah.
But they are Disney girlies. They
Oh,
love
yeah.
their Frozen and Moana. It's like literally on repeat in my house. But I mean they also enjoy the no screen time toys
Yeah.
and going outside and all the other things. So I think that I don't know. I don't think it's a really bad thing necessarily. I
I don't think
But
it makes you a bad mom if you use the screen sometimes. And I think that there's like this idea of screen time on the internet right now.
oh yeah, oh
And
my
if you
God.
use a screen, then you're a terrible mother. And that's just not the case, because at the end of the day, a mother's mental health is equally as important.
Yeah.
You know? So let's get into the science of the psychological impacts of screen time on kids. So here are the cons. Overexposure to screens can reduce attention span, cause overstimulation and meltdowns in toddlers, sleep disturbances from the blue light, delays in social and emotional development with excessive use of screens, and the AAP recommends no screens under 18 months old except for video calls. I think that's really difficult, and I think it's unattainable, especially if you yourself watch TV.
Yeah, I think that I don't know. I think, like, when you put something on for them when they're 18 months or below, it's usually something that is not like a cartoon. It's more like a visual
Yeah.
type of stimulation. Like, for instance, we loved Dancing Fruit.
Yeah.
For Logan, she loved that shit. She, oh my God, she would watch it for just forever. Forever. She would stare at the screen. She loved it. And all it is fruit,
Yeah, it's literally
you
just
know,
fruit.
fruit and music. So really, what's the harm in that? I
Yeah.
don't really see the harm in that. It just kept her occupied. It's like, what's no different than a mobile?
Right. Yeah. Yeah,
What's
I
the-
agree.
I mean, besides maybe the light factor, maybe something with the light, I can understand that. But I mean, I don't know. So what are you putting on for an 18-month-old?
So-
You know?
I have always let Charlotte watch Bluey. She's always been a big Bluey fan, and I feel like Bluey isn't super overstimulating.
Yeah.
I've never had an issue with Bluey.
Yeah.
I feel like it really has actually taught her a lot about social relationships. I feel like she mimics how they play with each other and they make friends, and the way that they interact with their parents. I feel like she really mimics that, and she learns a lot from it. But she's also watched a lot of Miss Rachel. And
Mhm.
I will not take any Miss Rachel slander. I love Miss Rachel. Miss Rachel is a godsend. She literally has taught Charlotte so much. Every time she watches it, she picks up a new word.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how? I know that there are negative psychological impacts of screen time on kids, but I really think we also need to talk about the positives,
Yeah.
which I have a list of.
Before you even go into the list, can
Yeah.
I just bring up the fact that, like, do you think that kids take away an accent?
Oh my God, yes. I've seen those videos on TikTok of kids that watch Peppa Pig all the time, and then they have a British accent.
Or, like, even Bluey.
Mhm.
Like, do you think that if your kid loves Bluey and
Yeah.
you have them watch Bluey from when they're a baby up until
Mhm.
they're a toddler and they're talking, do you think that they pick up
Oh, for
an
sure.
accent?
I wonder if she's gonna grow up and, like, say cheeky.
Yeah, like the verbiage and all
Mhm.
of that. Like, I think that's so funny. And when you were talking about how she loves Bluey, for
Yeah.
some reason that popped in my head, and I think that's so
You know what?
funny.
She says, so she loves dogs. She loves animals. And she doesn't say dog. She says dog. And I don't know where that came from. She has an accent just with the word dog.
Oh my god.
It's always dog.
That's so funny.
Dog? And I'm like, where did you pick that up from? Because it's not me. I say dog.
That's hilarious.
You
Maybe
know?
she just can't pronounce it. Maybe it's just something like that. But
Maybe.
that's so funny.
Or maybe she watched some country time.
Yeah, and she
show.
like picked it up like that. Yeah. No, I just had to say that
That's
because
so funny.
we need to figure that out. We'll get back to you all on that.
Yeah. We'll have to see in a year or two if Charlotte
That's
has
so funny.
an Australian accent. That'd be hilarious. I'd be so happy. I would be so
Like,
happy.
oh, your kid's from Australia? Oh no.
Mommy, go get the buggy.
She just likes Bluey.
Yeah, we actually raised her in Australia. We lived there. Make myself sound a little cooler.
Yeah.
So here are the pros. And yes, there are some educational apps that support language development, obviously. Shows like Daniel Tiger and Sesame Street actually teach social emotional skills, which I kind of touched about Bluey as well. I really think that they're good about teaching social emotional skills. They have exposure to diverse people, places, and ideas. And tech literacy is now a life skill, and they're learning it really early. Like Charlotte, for example, will pick up a toy phone and she'll talk on it and she'll try to hit the hang up button.
Mm-hmm.
And like she already knows how to skip ads. And I think some people might take that as, oh my God, she's watching way too much TV or way too many videos. You might be right. But she's learning how to use these tools that a lot of grown adults don't really know how to use yet at such a young age. And it's important to know that in today's world.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be using technology the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
Even in school, they're going to have to know how to use a computer.
But, like, honestly, they're going to pick it up even if you don't give them your phone because, like, Logan, for instance, I don't even know, she was young. She would take my phone and she would take her pointer finger and she would swipe and point and I'm like, how do you know as a baby that young to use your one finger?
Yeah.
Because I never would I'm not one to usually give her my phone. Occasionally I will, but it's more so she'll snatch it.
Yeah.
And she'll have it, which I just like leave it alone at that point. But I don't normally give it to her like in a store to watch anything.
I do.
I don't usually do that. I will like hand it to her to like play with, but I don't like put anything on. I just feel like it's kind of a pain in the ass because they'll swipe out and then you have to fix it. So I just like, I don't even start with it, but
that's honestly, I think, my biggest issue.
Really?
Yeah, is like, so at home, I try to limit her screen time. And honestly, I get really overstimulated by sound.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but if there's the TV playing and Charlotte's talking and I'm trying to watch something or listen to something or focus on something, all the noise, I just can't handle it. So a lot of times if she's not actively paying attention, I'll turn off the TV and I just like want it silent, you know?
Yeah.
And she'll play. So I really do kind of limit her screen time at home. But when I'm at the store, I love to thrift and I'll be in the thrift store for 4 hours. And she'll freak out.
So you have to.
I have to.
Spam caller. Motherfuckers. Yeah, in that case, well, that's literally why I don't do things like that. Because I'm like, I can't. And I could give her my phone and that probably would sustain her for a while. But then there's Sienna and she, you know, it'd be different if it were just the one. Yeah.
Like at a restaurant, Jack and I like to go out to eat a lot and try out new foods. And we'll go to the restaurant and I'll see people like looking at us. I'm like, well, it's either she's going to watch this or she's going to ruin your meal.
Yeah,
like,
right. I don't know why you give a shit what someone else. No, but like why as a stranger at a restaurant, I don't give a shit what your kids are doing at the table. As long as they're not being like rude and disruptive, I don't care what they're doing.
Yeah. And you know what? This is probably a topic for, this is a whole idea for a new episode. Oh my God, this is a great idea. We should make a whole episode about how parenting is different and like childhood is different and the view of children is different in different areas of the world. Because in Europe, I lived in Germany for a while, and in Europe, they would just let their kids play at restaurants. Like, it is a kid's world as much as it is an adult's world in other countries. But here, it's like,
your kids better be quiet.
They can be seen and not heard. Yeah. And that puts a lot of stress on moms in social situations when their kids are acting up. Their kid belongs there too. It's not just an adult's world, but it seems like we kind of push them out a little bit. And then moms are shamed as well for using screens or not bringing their kids out. But that's the social climate that we're in.
Yeah. I feel like I'm that way. I don't bring my kids out really anymore. Like if my family, they always have dinner. If we go out to dinner, they always plan it for like 7. And I'm like, guys,
like this is like prime bedtime.
First off, coming out with them at any time of the day to a restaurant is risky business.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I am willing to put myself in that situation because sometimes it goes really, really bad. And like, it's just not worth it for me anymore. So,
and it sucks to be the one person at the table who has to keep getting up and going to the bathroom and just holding them in a stall.
Constantly. Well, and I have multiple. So it's like and my husband and other people would help, but sometimes it's just not worth it.
Yeah.
It's just not worth it. So I'm one that I don't do anything anymore with my kids. Like I won't.
And a lot of moms are like that because of the climate that we're in right now. Like it's literally not a you problem. It's not on the moms. It's on society for not really wanting the kids to be heard, only seen. You're supposed to have kids. You're supposed to have a lot of kids.
Yeah.
but you're not supposed to let them be kids.
I mean, I feel like if we were to go to a restaurant, just us,
Mhm.
with our 3 kids, I feel like they would look at us like, "Why are you here?"
Yeah.
You know, like,
As
"Why
if
did
they're
you
not
come
supposed to
out
exist.
with like, for what?" Like, we have a baby, a 3-year-old, and then a 12-year-old, and I just feel like them looking at the baby and the 3-year-old, like, why are they out,
Yeah,
like,
and that's not how
eating?
it should be.
You know? Like, I don't know.
In Europe, literally when I lived in Germany, for those who didn't know, and I traveled a lot in European countries while I lived there. And, like, you would see kids at the dinner table at a restaurant until, I don't know, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're not as strict about schedules. Like, it is literally just as much a kid's world as it is the adult's world. And here it's like they're not supposed to exist in the same space, and that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And it's not setting kids up, I think, personally, for as much success as it is in other places. You
Yeah.
know?
No,
Getting
that's
to see-
true. But, like, sometimes I do think, like, maybe we should start taking them out to restaurants more because, like, I think that they do need to learn how to be in a restaurant.
Yeah.
And if you're not taking them out, then they're not going to know how to behave in a restaurant when they're, like, 4 or 5.
Yeah.
So I do think that you should take your kids out to restaurants at least occasionally. So I need to start doing that. Now that
We can go
Logan's a
together.
little older, I'm feeling
Yeah.
more...
We can go together. We
Yeah.
can have, like, a double date and bring all of our kids.
Yeah, because, oh my God, the stairs.
Yeah.
The
It's really
stairs.
not that your kids need to learn how to behave in a restaurant. It's really about the people in the restaurant need to learn how to interact with a child or be around a kid and
No,
not
that's
throw a
true.
fit.
Yeah.
Like, they are
Like, what
just
do you
as much a
expect?
human being.
What do you expect exactly?
They forget they were kids once, too.
Yeah.
We were all kids.
Well, and then the people who don't have kids, like, they just don't get it. So they
Yeah.
just, like, you
But
know.
they were a kid once. Like, just
Right.
think back a little bit,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. No, they can't.
So let's also talk about mom guilt when it comes to screens and the psychological impact of stress on moms. So screen time sometimes equals survival. If you have a million things to get done or you are having a rough time and you still have to be present all of the time, 100% of the time, you have to be fully present with your kids and stimulate them and entertain them. Sometimes you have to turn to the screen for yourself and your well-being to be a good parent,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah. I feel like that is very much, like, why I use the screen.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I wouldn't be able to, like, I don't know, be normal, semi-normal even without it,
Yeah.
honestly. And that may not be the best thing, but at the same time, like, we were raised on screens.
Yeah, 100%.
Like,
Dora,
I
listen,
remember... Oh, wait, I mean, granted, I do remember playing outside and, like,
Mhm.
doing things like that, but, no, I watched TV a lot.
I literally would track time by Dora Explorer
No, I
episodes.
know. 3 o'clock, come home from school, watch Arthur and freaking...
Yeah.
And then Full House, like, all that. Like, I would... constant.
Yeah. I distinctly
Constantly.
remember sitting in my room and I knew I was going over to my grandma's at like 6 p.m. I was like 4 probably. And I asked my mom, I was like, how much longer until we go to my grandma's? And she's like, 3 more Dora episodes. So I'm like, okay.
3 more Dora episodes.
3 more Dora episodes.
No,
I
that's
got
real.
this.
Like, that's how you tell time. Half-hour episodes.
And everything I know in Spanish is
It's from Dora.
I took Spanish in high school and I didn't learn shit. But Dora the Explorer.
Spanish in high school was the worst thing ever.
Jack got demoted.
It's so bad. I probably should have because I barely passed. I don't know how.
Yeah, I think I just
It's
cheated
so
on
hard.
everything. Moms today have this pressure, and I feel like a lot of it is from Pinterest and TikTok and Instagram, and we have all of these different outlets that are constantly feeding us the ideals, the perfect mom, and the perfect way to parent your children. And it puts so much pressure on the average everyday woman to be the best at everything and to be the perfect mom, to only eat organic foods and to prepare everything from scratch. And you always have to cut little shapes into your kids' sandwiches and make all of these fun crafts and activities. And that's just not realistic
It's
for
not real.
everyone.
Yeah.
Especially working moms
It's
or
not
moms with a
real.
side hustle or, you know, moms who have anything else going on in their life. It's not realistic.
But also, like, as a reminder, social media is fake.
yes,
Like, that's not real.
it's literally not.
It's not real. You have to remember, I think a lot of people forget this, is
Mhm.
that social media is probably, I would love to know the actual number on this, but I mean, 1% of your day I mean, if that, it's so minuscule of a look inside your life. You don't know when that was recorded. You don't know if it was batch recorded. You don't know if it's so fake, and people forget.
One of my favorite things to watch on YouTube right now, there's this creator, I don't know her name, but she posts when influencers lie, or when they, I don't know, anytime that they do anything wrong. And I watched this video the other day, and it was a mommy influencer. Actually, she has twins, and she started out as a regular, everyday, relatable mom creator, and she started getting traction, and now she's like this luxurious mom creator. And this YouTuber went through her videos, and she showed every inconsistency. Like, she said that this took 3 minutes, but in reality, even just setting up the tripod in the different places would have taken at least 10.
Yeah.
And how she's saying that the kids came home at this time, but the cars in the front yard aren't lining up. So she's just pointing out all these inconsistencies. And I feel like it's a good refresher that this is made up. This is like a TV show. It is scripted.
Yeah.
It is fake. That is not what you're expected to do.
Right. But I do think that also the mom shaming on TikTok about screens is atrocious.
Absolutely.
It's disgusting. I actually got into an argument with somebody about it a few months ago. She was a younger mom. She had one baby, and she posted a TikTok. I feel like I told you about it, but she posted a TikTok, and she said, my house may not be clean, but at least my child doesn't sit in front of the TV or something like that.
A really young baby.
Yes. Like, just learned how to sit up. Like, you're like maybe 6 months. Maybe.
Don't recognize. Like, just wait, girl.
And I commented on it because I was like TikTok friends with the girl, and I'm like, I forget what I said, but it was something along the lines of like, oh, just wait until you have more.
Yeah.
Like,
or at least until that kid gets older.
Like, good for you.
Yeah.
But like, you're not even like skimming the surface now. So like, what are you saying?
Exactly.
And then I called her out for mom shaming because I'm like, this is like not really like the nicest thing to post. Like, you're like back smacking people who use screens, but like, I don't give a fuck. I use screens, and I actually might have said that. Like, I actually might have said like, I fucking love my kids love screens. Like, like, sorry,
well,
but
at the end of the day, what's worse, a couple hours of screen time or a mom on the brink of a burnout?
But like, it doesn't fucking matter.
It doesn't.
Why does it matter what other people do with their own children? I will never understand. You could have an opinion, but like, why is it better for one parent to do one thing and another parent to do another?
I think as long as your kid is happy and healthy,
I agree.
Then that's all that matters. And the mom has to be happy and healthy too.
I totally agree.
That's what's forgotten about.
And things work for different things work for different people. Just because something works for you doesn't mean it's going to work for someone else, and that's totally fucking fine. And I will never understand that like outlook on anything. And like you can talk shit. Talk your shit. That's fine. You don't agree? That's cool. But like,
but don't be mean.
Don't be mean and make it seem like they're below you.
Yeah, I made this whole TikTok about that, actually, about how people might have a really good message to give people. You can tell me all of the reasons why you think it would be better for me to limit screen time, and I'll listen, and I'll care if you're giving it to me the right way.
Absolutely.
But if you sit here and you're condescending and you act like you're better than me because you believe this, I'm not going to listen to you. No one's going to listen to you.
Yeah. The delivery has to matter. It has to be, and it has to be thought out. And you can't just do that. It's not nice.
Moms need rest, and moms need to get things done too. And I'm not sitting here saying I think it's okay for your kid to be watching TV for 9 hours straight and for you to not interact with your child ever. That, I think, maybe that's drawing a line. You know, if you're not ever talking to your kids or playing with them or taking a second to like,
the TV isn't a babysitter.
Yes.
That's the difference.
But it's also not okay to never use a screen and be on edge and angry and burnt out all the time.
There's a happy medium.
Yeah.
And everyone has a different happy medium, and you just have to find it.
And we talk about this all the time. Nothing is black and white. It's always gray.
Nothing nothing.
Yeah.
I will scream it. Nothing is black and white.
I think it's
Ever.
all about finding balance. So
Ever. And also, perception is everything.
100%. 100%.
Everything.
So how do you balance screen time and like engaging and interacting with your kids at the same time?
I feel like I don't have an issue with that because my kids, like I said, they don't get like in a trance with the TV.
Yeah.
So like it's okay, the TV does nothing for me in terms of babysitting.
Yeah.
To be totally honest, it may lock them in for a few minutes at a time, which is wonderful. Don't get me wrong, because like I said, they don't leave me alone
Those minutes are
with
precious.
the TV on. So that's why to me, I'm like it doesn't fucking matter because they literally don't leave me alone no matter what. So I'm constantly interacting with them. I'm constantly playing with them. They're constantly bringing me toys while watching TV.
Yeah.
Like we go outside, like, you know, so I don't know. But I also like, I edit photos.
Yeah. Like you have to.
So like I'm kind of forced to be inside because if I go outside, the lighting is weird on my computer. So I can't do that. It sucks.
And if you're
because I want to go outside and sit there, but I can't.
And if you're editing photos on your phone and you happen to not see something, they get hurt or get out of your field of vision because you were looking at your laptop.
So especially with that because I can't watch them like that. So I'm stuck inside.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So like they're stuck with the TV, but like I said, they do not leave me alone. It's difficult for me to get work done with the TV.
I feel like for me, like I said, I do limit screen time at home as best as I can. If I need to get something done, she can watch it while I get that thing done, and then I'll turn it off and I'll make sure that I engage with her for a little bit. Like if she's watching TV and then she goes and grabs me a toy, I'll turn off the TV and I'll play with her with that toy for a while. And then if I need to get something done again later, she can watch the TV again later.
Yeah.
Another thing that I like to do is not just let her watch TV. Sometimes I will talk to her about what she's seeing on the TV. I'll tell her to point things out or, tell her, oh, they're sad. Do you see she's sad on the TV? And I'll kind of narrate too.
Yeah.
That way I know she's actually learning and really taking in what she's viewing.
Right.
But then on top of that, she's also watching a lot of educational things too. Or sometimes she'll even be watching something like, let's say she's watching Miss Rachel and they're singing about farm animals. I'll get out her farm animal toys.
And
and she can interact with Miss Rachel and the farm animals.
Right.
And I feel like in creating intentional screen time routines, like screen time while you're cooking dinner, is a good thing that I have done. I'll give screen time while cooking dinner, while making my coffee in the morning, or while getting some work done in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
And then outside of those chunks, we go on a walk or we'll do something together. Do you have like a routine or?
Not really. No.
And that's okay if that works for you.
Not really. Like I said, because they're so like, it's funny because they want certain things on, but like they don't watch it.
Yeah.
So like I'll put it on and they'll watch it for like a second and then they're off. And I'm like, okay, great. So I'm stuck watching this. But then if I turn it off, they're just not okay.
Yeah.
So I don't really have a routine. I mean, if I were to turn the TV off, they would be like, oh my God, why is it the TV
like it's
on?
silent?
Yeah. So like they need the almost like the background noise of the TV to be on. And they're fine.
Do you have any screen-free swaps that you actually use or want to recommend?
Yeah, absolutely. The Tonys.
Oh my God,
I love the Tonys. I love the Tony box. I have all my favorites in my TikTok shop. If you want to take a look, I love Tonys.
Tonys are incredible.
Love them.
Especially for kids that love music as much as Sienna does.
Oh my gosh, yes. I love the Tony box. And also the creative Tonys are amazing. You can put whatever you want on there. So you can like record yourself reading a book or like saying goodnight to them or like singing a song. And like, so like when you're not there, you can like give them a creative Tony when you're not around and they can listen to you. And it's really like, cool. I love the Tonys.
Yeah, Tonys are incredible. I love them. I also use the Tony box so we only have one TV in our house. We only have it in the living room. And a lot of times I'll need to get something done upstairs, and I'll take her upstairs into her playroom. And if she like needs to be entertained somehow, I'll turn on the 20 bucks too, and she'll sit in there and play with that music. Other than that, we do a lot of books. She likes to even look at the books by herself, and she'll point out all of the animals and all the things that she can identify. So we do that. And a lot of times I'll just take her outside.
Yeah.
And I'll take her to a field and just let her bring me whatever she can find while I get whatever I need done on my phone, like answering emails and texts and calls and stuff like that. And coloring. She's been coloring a lot lately too.
Yeah. I feel like I need to start doing that when it comes to like emails and stuff, because I feel like I just do it all whenever.
Mm-hmm. All at the same
All at
time.
the same time. And I think that's why I'm always so insane, is because I need to like set out time for certain things, but it's so hard for me.
I agree.
I struggle with it. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like my kids, maybe, I don't know like what if they would benefit from no TV. I feel like they would lose their minds a little bit.
You know, I will say this. I have been paying a lot of attention to Charlotte's behavior when she has more screen time, less screen time, and no screen time.
Mm-hmm.
And to be completely transparent, Charlotte is the type of kid that gets glued to the TV.
Mm-hmm.
She can't hear anything else. She can't see anything else. It's only the TV. Your kids aren't like that. So I have noticed that when she has less screen time, she is a lot better behaved. When she has the most screen time, she's the worst behaved. I feel like she needs stimulated constantly. If she's had a lot of screen time, she won't leave me alone. The TV has to be on her. She's screaming. She needs to be played with at all times. When she hasn't had any screen time, she pretty much entertains herself a lot more. But her behavior isn't bad when she gets like a moderate amount.
Yeah.
Like, I think that it's really just when she has a lot of screen time that she's really bad. And she's really good when she has had none.
Yeah. I would love to try. What happened? Look at her. She's like, I would love to try it one day. Like maybe when I'm all caught up on work, I can do like a week of no screen time and like see. I would love to do that.
It's just like not realistic
just to see.
every day.
It's not, but I would love to try.
Yeah.
Because right now I cannot, but one day I will be able to, and I would love to see how the behavior changes, because I am curious, and I'm sure that is factual information.
I think it would be fun to do a little experiment like that, like a whole week of no screens. But I do think it's just not realistic every single day.
Yeah.
We have too much going on. We're busy.
It's a lot. Yeah.
So I did, before we filmed this podcast, I did gather some responses from other people about the issue, and I figured I would read them. So my first question was, what's your opinion on screen time for kids? Someone said, personally, we don't even own a TV in our house anymore, but for others, I don't care. Which is great. Honestly, I commend you for that. That's amazing.
That's so interesting. I love that.
Yeah.
But like, how? I would love to hear about that.
Yeah.
I would love to hear what happened and why, and
like, you're doing amazing.
Yeah.
I wish I
that's
could be
so
like
cool.
you.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that you aren't judgmental of moms who do use screens. Someone else said minimal to none at all, and it varies through the ages. The youngest kids have the least and the oldest have the most. And I agree with that.
Yeah.
I definitely think that as kids get older, more screen time is appropriate, and the younger that they are, the less it is appropriate. And then my last response for that one said, low stimulating shows and movies on the family TV only. Passive screen time is better than interactive. And I agree with that too.
Yeah.
I do try to keep it low stimulating as much as possible.
Yeah.
My second question was, what's your opinion on phones for kids? What age is appropriate for a child to get a phone, and do you have any restrictions? Someone said, as for phones, my children will get them at the appropriate age, which is undecided. I totally agree. I think phones are important, especially for kids that are going to be away from you.
Mm-hmm.
Like when my kid's staying the night places, which won't be until she's in her teenage years. That's for another episode. and can speak up for herself at that point, or when she's staying overnight at the weekends. Oh my God. Or when she's staying over for weekends at places, then she'll need a phone, or like in sports, maybe.
Yeah.
Someone else said no phones for kids. Seen too many kids preyed on or acting like adults way too early. I can see that. I definitely will have restrictions to try to prevent, creepers online. But it's hard because I don't want to invade like a teenage child's privacy either.
Right.
But I think just education maybe is the best way to go about that. And then someone else said they won't be getting phones until 8th grade or older, and it will be a dumb phone. I love that verbiage. I think that age is a pretty decent age. I might do a little bit younger just because I know she will want to stay the night at family members' houses. And at that point, she'll need a phone. But I do agree. I think that that's a decent age.
So, as a mother to a 7th grader, I will tell you that they have had phones in her grade since probably 4th grade.
Oh my gosh.
Kids are getting iPhones in 4th grade, maybe even younger, but I just didn't know about it. She started asking for a phone in 4th grade because people in her class had phones.
Oh my God.
So it's actually insane. But I always said that she wouldn't have a phone until 8th grade.
Really? That was your rule?
That was my rule. That is what we were sticking with initially. But my husband doesn't like to listen to his wife. And he ended up deciding that he wanted to get a Samsung phone. And I told him, don't do it. You're going to hate it. And he was like, no, I like doing this. I like swapping from my phone to whatever phone. And I'm like, okay, whatever, do it. He did it and he fucking hated it. And he waited a little too long to bring it back. So he couldn't just return it and like get an iPhone. So it was actually going to be cheaper for him to get a new line and put that phone on the line. So Maddie coincidentally got a phone in 6th grade, but I don't mind it for the fact that all of her friends had one. So it was like kind of difficult, to be honest, that she didn't have one.
Yeah.
But also like she's always places, sports, and she's constantly asking to go places and, with friends and go here and go there and stay here and walk there. And it was just a lot easier for her to have it.
Yeah.
Before she got the phone, though, she did have an Apple Watch just for like strictly location purposes. And also like I could call her on it and stuff. Yeah. But I do limit the phone. Like she has it constantly and I wish I could limit that. But I do have like restrictions on there.
Yeah.
And I could set a time limit for her. I actually should. I will actually for school coming up. But yeah.
No, I actually think that middle school is like the perfect age because kids are going places more often. And I just like thinking about having a middle school age child not having a phone just kind of scares me.
Yeah.
I am a helicopter parent. I've been called a helicopter parent. I don't care. I'd rather know that my kid is safe and okay than not look like a helicopter parent.
Yeah.
So if having a phone and being able to communicate with your child and have the location at all times is,
it's very valuable. So like it doesn't matter. And also, I will say that she is not allowed on YouTube, and she is also not allowed on TikTok. She hasn't asked about Instagram. I don't think that's popular with the young ones.
Yeah.
She does have a Cover Star, which is a kid's version of TikTok. But she is absolutely not allowed to go on TikTok, and it's funny because she downloaded it the other day, and my phone got an alert that she downloaded TikTok, and I texted her, and I was like, "Why are you downloading TikTok? You're not allowed to have TikTok." And she's like, "Sorry, I just wanted to look at so-and-so's profile." And I said, "Okay, you could have looked at my TikTok and looked at her profile. Like, I get notifications. Don't be stupid."
Yeah.
Like, come on.
That's good that you have that.
Yeah. So, like, I do have it very much on lockdown, and I can see literally everything that she does. But
it is also scary, though, because I remember being in, like, 7th grade on Kick, and people would have fake profiles and hit on me, and they were probably, like, 50-year-old men.
But you have to think, though, back then, there were many, like, restrictions on things like there are now.
Yeah.
Like, I did awful things as a kid online. And it was really bad. So, and back when I was like, I mean, I was on the computer what, in the, like, 2000.
Yeah.
Like, before anything was even, like, it was like a brick. Like, it was literally a brick computer it had a brick monitor and then, like, a big
One of those
like,
PC
towers.
things.
Yeah, yeah, like, it was massive. It was huge, and, yeah, it was really bad. So, I think that now they have a lot more restrictions on things that
Yeah.
makes it more obtainable for kids
But
to
people are
have
craftier too.
these things. But also, kids don't listen to you, and they will bypass that shit. If they know how, they will do it, so you
Yeah.
have to be super mindful, and I do take her phone, and I look through it because I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You
I get that.
you have to remember, I understand the privacy thing, and I think that when she gets a little bit older, I will give her a little bit more privacy as long as she's being truthful.
She's 13.
And I know that she's being truthful. If I know that she's lying, then the privacy goes out the fucking window. Sorry.
Mhm.
If you can't be truthful, then you don't get privacy.
Yeah.
Period.
I mean,
So-
you're keeping her safe.
Exactly. I need to know what you're doing. If you're lying about something, then obviously you know you shouldn't be doing it.
Mhm.
So that right there tells me to look through your phone.
Yeah.
So when she gets older, I'll be a little more, private with her. But as of now, no. She doesn't get
Yeah.
privacy because she has proven multiple times that she's trying to bypass the rules. So
I get that.
No.
I feel like that's a whole extra episode in and of itself too, is like privacy.
privacy for your kids.
Yeah, I think that's another good idea. We should talk about that
Yeah.
in depth, and not even just about the phones, but in general, like their spaces, their phones, their relationships. Like, how much say does a parent have?
All right, so Sadie stepped out to go tend to Charlotte. I'm going to go over recalls with you guys real fast. First is the Fisher-Price tissue box toy. It's sold with the 3-in-1 Snugga Puppy Activity Center. It's recalled due to a choking hazard. Second one is the Fisher-Price Brunch and Go stroller toys. They're recalled due to a choking hazard. The Baby Joy convertible 6-in-1 high chair activity center, recalled due to entrapment and injury risks. And the last one is the Chico MyFit zip air harness and booster child restraint. It does not say why it was recalled, but if you have any of those items, please do your research to make sure that yours is not recalled. So that's about it on today's issue.
We hope that you guys enjoyed this issue and found some value in it. Let us know how you feel about the screen time issue, and if you are interested